It sounds to me, Dan, like you do actually hate Jewish people.
No, I believe that Jewish supremacy is the greatest threat to the world today. I look at what they're doing in the media. They're pushing this transgender nonsense. I mean, and they did it in Germany. The first transgender clinic was opened by a Jewish guy. And I don't like this perversion pushed on our children. I don't like the fact that 9-year-olds are reading about homosexual acts. I don't like that drag queens are reading them in schools. I don't like that Kamala Harris wants to pay for sex changes in prison so that men can turn into women and women can turn into men. And I don't like the fact that he's putting in, men into women's prisons, male rapists into women's prisons because they identify as women. I mean, it's just nonsense. I don't like, men beating up women in boxing and sports. I think it's all nonsense. And I think it's leading to a degradation of moral fiber. And if left unchecked, I think it's going to ruin the world.
But again, you're blaming Jewish people. Why?
Because they're pushing this.
What do you mean they're pushing it? What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, they're controlling the media. I mean, the DEI is being pushed by BlackRock. BlackRock's execs are all Jewish. You look at where this is coming from. It's not a surprise.
Dan,
all the Disney execs are Jewish.
Dan,
they're pushing it on children.
Right? Do you accept, Dan, that you are just blatantly anti-Semitic?
Look, I have an issue with that term. I mean, I think the real Semites are the Palestinians. I mean, they.
Shalom. First and foremost, soon to give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone who rule well and taught me this truth. Peace, blessings, salutations, and mercies to the elect and what they're remnant out there listening and doing this word. With all faith and sincerity, scattered amongst the nations and the four corners of the earth, to you I say shalom. Lord willing, this video's edifying is going to be sent around now, what you see on the screen. And, pretty much Esau or Amalek in particular has been exposed, and it's been happening for a while now, but it almost seems commonplace nowadays. You got this guy, Dan Brazilian, right? Talking to Piers Morgan on his very controversial show, Piers Morgan Uncensored, and the topic of those small hats come up. I only seen this clip, maybe a few others, so I don't really know what all was said in its entirety, but from what I see here, my man was going in, Dan the man, and he was pretty much just calling out the lies, the things in which when we said, we get our videos taken down, page deleted. But it seems like now all of a sudden it's more of a tolerance for this type of rhetoric, right? Which I find just, it's funny, right? But the wickedness of this devil is no longer, being ignored. The elephant in the room, is being addressed now. And those small hats, okay, they're terrorists. They're demons, man. They over there everywhere they go. Okay, they fighting 7 different nations at one time. Okay, and playing the victim. Right? Like everybody hate them. But they're the ones who going around, conquering and destroying the world. Right? And my man Dan Brazilian, Dan Bilzerian, whatever his name is, he's on point. and I'm gonna back them up with a couple of precepts. You know, because Jay, we living in a time now. Amalek has been exposed. Okay, and he went into, in other clips that I seen, he went into the, the small had a cost, right? And he went into how those numbers were not accurate, right? So don't be surprised if he turn up dead. You start going into those territories, especially him being I think he's he may be a multi-millionaire, if not a billionaire, something like that. He might, find out that he's a lot smaller than he thinks he is, right? It's Habakkuk 2:16. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, let thy foreskin be uncovered. See? So Esau, his shame is coming out, man. And he doesn't like it. Boy, he does not like when you tell the truth on his ass. He get real offended, real quick. All right, but it's coming out more and more now. That's why he has, to do something about this information. And he's going to use this guy Trump to, I don't know how he's going to do it, but, he's coming in like, oh, we're going to protect free speech and all this other shit. Well, hey, they may do it under the guise of free speech, right? But they're coming after it because he's hurt. All right. The cup of Yahweh Shemashah's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. And that's exactly what's happening, man. The reputation of Esau has preceded him. It precedes him. All right. Those gutter rats, America. Okay. Anytime, you see, an Edomite, you just know chaos and death ensues, right? And these nations are tired of it, all right? They're coming up against you, okay? That's why he has to make his move, right? Because the information, it just continues to leak, all right? He leaking bad. This is Job 15 and 5. For thy mouth uttereth thine iniquity, and thou chooseth the tongue of the crafty. Yeah, he'll label, some wicked shit like Planned Parenthood. You wouldn't think when you hear that name that it represents, the genocide of unborn children. But it does, right? Sterilization, all type of shit. All right. Organ harvesting. That's what Planned Parenthood represents. But he sells it like it's something that's beneficial. Same with the alphabet communities, right? Same with everything else this nigga puts out and promotes. Okay? Thine own mouth condemneth thee, and not I. Yea, thine own lips testify against thee. Yep. And I think Dan said he's an Armenian. Okay. And I'm just going by, I don't really know, what nation that guy is. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just going face value. We just gonna say he an Edomite just for what he look like, right? Well, he's bringing up their own wickedness, right? In his kingdom, whatever he is, he benefits from the the rulership of this kingdom, right? He benefits. And he's still coming out. He's like, hey, nah, this shit is wicked. You know? Genocidal maniacs are running the earth. Well, you know, he's absolutely right. But he ain't seen none yet, man. Okay? Esau finna really show his horns. Okay? This is Hebrews 12:16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. And, you know, this is scriptures pretty much saying Esau is a piece of shit. There is no one, more worse on earth than an Edomite. There's no one more profane or base than a fucking Edomite. And it's coming out. Okay? How wicked they are. You think you can't trust them. All they bring is degeneracy and disease. Okay? And confusion. All right? And it goes back to who? Esau, Edom. He's the self-proclaimed white man now. He's an Israeli. He's a European. He got all these names, these aliases that he go by. But no, he's an Edomite. And the scriptures do not speak too highly of Esau. All right? And he runs from that identity. But the truth is, man, hey, man, accept who you are. You're the wicked. And you are, man. So just come on with it. This is 2 Thessalonians 2:8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. See, so with the spirit of his mouth, man. Starting off with his prophets, the apostles and the elders on down, man. Okay, chiefly in Great Millstone, the premier camp. All right, home of the 100% truth. Unfiltered, right? And it's come out at a volume to where this nigga Esau is through. He's done, man. This is Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in Yahweh Shema Shai's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken her wine, therefore the nations are mad. See, these nations are angry, okay? And they're fed up, right? And they're gonna do something about it, man. America's on its way out. Anybody who's anybody knows that, right? Anybody with critical thinking ability can see that the tables are turning, the tides are turning on the global stage, and America is no longer the global superpower that it was, right? So with that, all praise and the glory to Yahweh, Bashim Shah, Bashim Rakakudash, Wa, Abba, Babal, and DTADTN. Shalom.